Hello everybody, I have a second channel, the link is in the description, feel free to check it out. Also, I completely forgot to film an intro, so today I'm going to a beach and I'm feeding some stray dogs, and then after that I'm going to be answering some of your guys' burning questions that I've been getting for a while now, so let's go! Oh, there's a bunch of dogs today. Hello. Hi, how's it going? You guys want some food? Hi. How's it going? You seem like a Lola. Oh, hi. Hello.
Oh, it's a guy.
Hi. Anybody else want food? This one only likes to be hand-fed. The freaking police are here, watch. I'm gonna get arrested for feeding stray dogs. You are just so cute. This whole video is just gonna be me like adoring the dogs. Look at this. I'm in heaven right now. This is amazing. You guys are so sweet. I had to move because it was way too windy, so time to answer questions. What are my future plans? This is a good one because I have no idea. I have about the next year planned out, kind of. Obviously, things can always change, so this is just speaking from right now what my plans are. I'm going into Thailand. I know I said that in the past and it did not work out, but this time it's going to work out. I have more in-depth plans and I don't know, it'll work out, okay? And then I plan on going to Croatia, out of all places, and that is going to be in May, so it's coming up quite soon. I'm really excited for that because I've never been to Europe and I'm going with friends. But obviously, as I said, things can always change, so I plan on these things working out. I'll be back in the United States at the end of this month and I'm staying there for 2 months just to see my family, and also during that time, I'm gonna be selling my RV. It's not that I wanna get rid of my RV, I just don't have much use for it really right now or any time in the foreseeable future. And I'm talking about like the next 5 years. I don't really see myself using it because I don't really plan on traveling the United States anytime in the upcoming future. It would be great to take my RV to Europe or to Africa or Asia or wherever, God knows. But at the same time, a lot of these places don't have roads that are big enough to even fit my RV in the first place. And then on top of that, how do I get the RV there? I can't just drive across the ocean. I'd have to ship it and that would be incredibly expensive. Next question, what are some of the differences that I've noticed from Curacao and the United States? There are quite a few differences, and the longer that I stay here, this is really strange because I've never stayed in another country before, but the longer that I stay here, the more that I forget about the United States, if that makes sense. Maybe it doesn't make any sense at all. It's hard for me to remember the little tiny differences. Big differences would be that people here in Curaçao just park their cars on the sidewalk, which I found was really interesting. Just like straight up on the sidewalk, like over the curb there. And I was just like, well, that's convenient. At least I don't have to walk. We haven't done that yet because I get a little too scared being that bold, but I've seen people do it. When you first get here, you'll notice as you go through the channel stations on the radio that they really like almost EDM, like club music. At least that's what's played on the radio most of the time, which I found was interesting. And I've honestly gotten kind of used to it. I'm just like driving down the road, like bumping to some like club music. I might sound really stupid for this, so if you're from Curaçao, please don't laugh. But from my understanding, in Curaçao, they have a word that is douchey. I'm gonna try to explain this the best way possible. It means a lot of different things. It can mean sweetheart, it can mean nice, it can mean delicious, it can mean, I think, welcome. It's a broad word for anything good, I guess. And it's also a pretty casual word, so you can say it to strangers, and we don't have anything like that I can personally think of in the United States that just is a blanket word for anything good. I found that interesting when I got here. Did I experience culture shock? Just a little bit, okay? Because this was my first time ever going out of the United States. I think it was a good first step out of the United States because it's not too different. People still speak English here, and it also has Dutch influence, so I find things a little bit familiar. Next question, I thought this one was interesting because I don't think I've ever gotten this question. Have I ever been recognized in public? Yes, a few times, and interestingly enough, in Curaçao more than anywhere else that I've ever been. My one video did really well on the island. I think right now it's at like 80,000 views, and 30% of my viewers were from Curaçao. So if I do the math correctly, I think that's around like 25,000 people from Curaçao that saw it. And then there's about 180,000 people on the island. One out of this many people on the island saw that video. So I have been recognized quite a few times on the island, which is really, really cool in one hand, but at the same time, kind of scary. But it's really cool, honestly, to be able to put a face to the people who are watching your videos. One of the coolest things ever. What are the downsides of being a YouTuber? You guys came up with some good questions for this video. I find this one interesting because not a lot of people talk about the downsides, including myself. I would say that the biggest downside, personally for me, would be that people don't take it as a serious job, which I find really frustrating. I cannot tell you how many times people have asked me what I do for a living and I tell them that I have a YouTube channel and they're like, oh, so you just get paid for nothing? And I'm like, excuse me, bitch! It seems like some people have the mentality that if you aren't absolutely miserable while doing your job, then it's not actually a job. I mean, the same goes for people who are like artists. A lot of people shit on that as a job. I guess just really anything that's creative, people sometimes have an issue with, and I think that's my biggest downside of YouTube. Other than that, it's honestly a really great job. How much does YouTube pay me? If you would have asked me this about a year ago, I probably wouldn't have said the number. I don't know why. I've gotten more comfortable with the idea of talking about my budgeting and finances and things like that. Not exactly sure why. I guess because I want people to be able to see the realistic side of being a YouTuber and also traveling full time. So I'm gonna tell you, YouTube pays me on average about $400 a month. YouTube pays you directly from the ads that go on your videos. So the advertisers are the ones that are paying you. And then YouTube takes 50% of that, and then you get 50% of that. I think that's the ratio. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong. And since that's the way it works, you get more money based on how many views you get. Have I gotten COVID yet? Good question. Not that I know of, okay? At the very beginning of my trip in 2020, I was staying in Pensacola, Florida, and I got really sick for like 2 weeks, and I don't even remember that time because I was so sick. I literally just slept for 2 weeks straight, and I don't know if that was COVID or something else. I didn't get a test, but at the same time, that was like 3 weeks into 2020 when COVID was just being talked about and it was just spreading around the world. So that means I would have been like one of the first people in the United States to get COVID, which is very unlikely. If I didn't have it then I haven't had it yet at all. When's your house tour coming? Okay, so I remember at the beginning of me coming here in Curacao, I said that I will do a house tour. I'm still going to do it, but there's been some things that have popped up that have made me not want to do it yet. I've gotten some comments on my videos and stuff, and people messaging me saying that they know where I live. Yeah, not like threatening things, just people saying like, oh, I recognize your house. Oh, like I recognize your neighbor's house. I don't feel comfortable with people knowing, because if I like walk through my yard and I'm like, this is the house, this is what it looks like, then possibly more people could even find out where I live. I don't want that happening. I'm sure everyone's great, but just in case, for the one creepy person out there that wants to do something weird, I'm waiting until I leave to upload that. Why did I take an unconventional path instead of going to college and getting a normal like desk job? Good question, honestly. I just don't think it fits what I want in life. For other people, it works out really great. I'm not worried about making like tons of money because I'm not planning on having a big family to have to like take care of financially. The other reason is that I could just not see myself being happy doing that. By the way, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not something that I'm personally interested in. I do want to take online classes either through college or maybe some other form of education just for my own enjoyment, because I have things that I'm interested in and I would like to learn more about them. Things can always change though. Maybe I'll have 100 kids. God only knows. Why did you pick Curaçao? There are a few reasons. One, it is under the hurricane belt, which I know it's not even hurricane season right now, but still can never be too safe. Two, it's not an active volcano. You'll realize that a lot of these reasons are due to natural disasters. It's out of the tsunami area because the Caribbean doesn't really get tsunamis. I think I read online that it's impossible, so that's good. Reason number 4 is that they speak English here, at least the majority of people, so that made it easier for me to navigate. And then number 5 is that they are gay friendly, which is nice. I've heard people say that they aren't gay friendly, but I guess everyone has their own definition of gay friendly. When I say gay friendly, I mean that I'm not gonna get like arrested for being gay or possibly injured or something horrible happening to me for being gay. Also, there's gay bars here and stuff like that, so if it wasn't gay friendly, there wouldn't be gay bars. I would say it's pretty comparable to some places in the United States. Oh, this next one. What is the best and worst part of living on Curaçao? My Curaçaoan audience is not gonna be happy about this one. I'm just kidding. Curaçao's great. Best is easy to answer. The beaches are absolutely amazing. The majority of people are really friendly, just like a cool, chill island vibe. Everyone's relaxed. Like when you're in cities in the United States, everyone's just like go, 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 and there's people like sprinting down the sidewalk trying to get to their job and stuff. You don't see that here. Now the part that I don't like, there's nothing that like I explicitly don't like about Curaçao. I've really enjoyed my time on this island. Do I ever see my family? I'm seeing my family at the end of this month, and I'm staying with them for 2 months. I saw my family a month before I came here. Now that I'm not traveling in an RV or van, it makes it a lot easier for me to just fly back home and stay at their house for like a month or so, and then go to my next destination, stay there for a few months, and then fly back home, stay there for a month. So I see them a few times a year, but for long periods of time, about a month each time. Last question, where will my home base be in the future? I'm thinking Thailand, because in the United States it would be difficult because I'm wanting to travel Asia and Europe, and if I have to go back to the United States every time I want to go home to like go drop off things I've collected, like knickknacks or clothes that I don't need for the season or something like that, I don't want to have to go all the way back to the US. But this is literally just up in the air. There's no house that we've picked out. There's no apartment that we've picked out. I mean, I really don't even have money for that yet. So we'll figure it out. But sometime within the next like few years, I think that that might be the area. But those are all of the questions that you guys submitted. Thank you guys so much for submitting the questions. I like to do these Q&As every few months because I get asked a lot of the same questions and I answer a lot of the same questions in my Q&As, but it's because a lot of the times my answers change, especially like with my plans in the future or how I'm doing or what my budget is or literally anything. Things change all the time and I like to keep you guys updated. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's completely fine. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't and comment down below. Doing all of these things are a free way that you can help the channel out. Oh, also, I have a supporter. I don't know if he wants his name put in this video. I want to say a big thank you to him because he made a donation which made it possible for me to do this for the dogs. He paid for the bag of dog food and also donated to a charity in our name, which I found really kind because if you guys don't know, I have a second channel and I made a video on there about dogs being abused for entertainment on TikTok, and it resonated with him and he wanted to make a contribution. So he let me pick a charity and we donated to that charity, and part of the money went to helping these dogs. So thank you so much, everyone. Tell him thank you in the comments. Peace out, guys. I love you. Bye-bye. Before I go, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who supports the channel on Patreon. Because of you, I'm able to continue making content and show you all of the beautiful places that the world has to offer, and I'm able to make content that I enjoy. So thank you so very much to all of you guys. And an extra special thank you goes to Doug, Scott Becker, John Emerson, Eric Fast, Scott Ashley Smith, Michael Posh, Scott Ballantyne, Scott Sweaters, Paul Carpenter, Britt Saunders, Johan Gittens, and Jordan Vajda. Once again, thank you guys so very much. I really appreciate it, and I hope all of you guys have a great rest of your day, night, whatever time it is when this video reaches you. Peace out. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye. Feel free to go check out my second channel. I would appreciate that.